Welcome to Module 6. Now that we've explored the structure and expectations of all three MRCP examinations, it's time to focus on something practical: how to build an effective, sustainable revision strategy that works alongside the realities of clinical practice. The goal of this module is to help you create a clear, realistic plan for the entire MRCP journey, one based on consistency, balance, and long-term momentum. One of the most common misconceptions is that success in the MRCP requires long hours of intense revision. In reality, the people who perform best are those who revise little and often, maintain steady progress, and avoid the burnout associated with last-minute cramming. A strategy that only works on quiet weeks or ideal rotas is not a strategy, it's a fantasy. You need an approach that remains effective during on-calls, nights, stressful rotations, and everything else real clinical life throws at you. The power of little and often is a principle that is the foundation of effective preparation for Part 1 and Part 2 written. Short, frequent sessions of 20 to 40 minutes strengthen long-term memory, build pattern recognition, promote deeper learning, and reduce anxiety and fatigue. 5 short sessions are consistently more effective than one long weekend revision block. Your brain learns best through repetition, not saturation. A simple, sustainable weekly structure might look like 2 to 3 weekday sessions, 20 to 30 minutes each, ideal for question sets or focused review. One weekend session with 60 to 90 minutes for deeper consolidation or system-based revision, and then micro sessions of 10 minutes using flashcards, short explanations or quick questions, on commutes, waiting for handover, or during quiet moments at work whenever you can. Most junior doctors underestimate how much meaningful study they can fit into a typical week. Overloading on resources is a major cause of poor progress. Trainees often attempt to use several question banks, 2 or 3 textbooks, online lecture series, guidelines, in-person courses, and scattered YouTube content. This leads to shallow learning and considerable stress. For the written exams, an effective strategy usually includes one high-quality question bank as the core learning tool. Small amounts of supplemental reading, only when needed, selective visual or video learning for complex systems, regular revisiting of errors to build durable understanding. Depth always beats volume. You do need a completely different strategy for PACEs than for the written exam. The preparation here is fundamentally different. Textbooks, revision guides, written question banks play almost no role in PACEs success. PACEs is a performance, and a performance cannot be learned on paper. The most effective PACEs strategy focuses on 3 pillars. Group practice as a core of PACEs preparation. You should be practicing regularly with peers who are also preparing for the exam. Group practice allows you to develop fluency in examination sequences, rehearse integrated consultations, practice communication skills encounters, and receive immediate feedback. Fluency only develops through repetition, and repetition benefits from teaming up with your friends and meeting often. You should also practice in front of registrars and consultants. Involving senior clinicians dramatically accelerates PACEs progress. Registrars and consultants will help refine your technique, point out sloppy habits, improve your summaries, and help differentiate between strong and weak differentials. They'll also give you examiner-style critique. This is vital because in the real exam you'll be watched by 2 consultants at close range. Practicing under observation helps normalize this pressure and makes the exam day less stressful. Examine real patients on the wards. You should practice examining real patients on the wards, on ward rounds, during clinics, or in any setting where you can safely and respectfully practice. This reinforces examination structure, builds confidence, and exposes you to authentic signs, something textbooks cannot recreate. Many PACEs candidates fail not because of poor technique, but because they have not encountered the clinical signs that appear in the exam. Conditions such as acromegaly, polio, advanced valvular disease, movement disorders, chronic liver disease stigmata, sometimes even interstitial lung disease or classic neurological signs. Some of these are uncommon or not encountered in their everyday clinical practice. You cannot simply rely on doing ward rounds indefinitely to encounter them. This is where a high-quality video resource becomes essential. Where Clinical Skills Pro fits in is that it is designed to support candidates at every stage of the MRCP, and it does so in a way unmatched by any other provider. For Part 1 and Part 2, Clinical Skills Pro offers the largest and highest quality MRCP question banks available anywhere. These question banks provide highly accurate exam-style questions, short explanations for rapid reinforcement, detailed teaching notes for deeper understanding, and broad coverage matching real exam patterns. This scale and quality allow trainees to build strong foundational knowledge and develop the reasoning style needed for both written exams. For PACES, Clinical Skills Pro also provides the largest PACES video library in the world, featuring hundreds of studio-filmed encounters with real patients demonstrating genuine clinical signs. This includes rare endocrine conditions such as acromegaly, neurological conditions like polio and movement disorders, classical murmurs and respiratory signs, abdominal findings, and many patterns almost never seen on typical hospital rotations. No other resource comes close to offering this level of exposure to real, examinable signs. Together, the written question banks and the PACES video library form a complete integrated MRC preparation system, supporting theory, pattern recognition, clinical reasoning, performance skills, and real-world sign recognition. This combination is unique, and it is why Clinical Skills Pro remains the most comprehensive resource available for MRCP candidates. For all three exams, your strategy should include predictable weekly habits, flexibility for demanding rotations, structured routines for written exams, and early development of PACES behaviours. The key is to build a system that survives the unpredictability of clinical life. In Module 7, I'll explore how to learn MRCP-style medicine, how the examiners think, how to recognise recurring patterns, and how to build deep understanding that lasts. Thank you for joining me for this session. When you're ready, move on to Module 7 and we'll begin exploring the principles of MRCP level learning together.